Namaste and hello. Welcome to Mimi for Me Yoga Wellness Boutique and Studio. Once again, this is Mimi. And I got here nice and early this morning with the birds, and I did a little shopping in the boutique by myself. And I was heading out, and the rain came out of nowhere. So I have no hat, no umbrella, no nothing. So I figured this is a good time for me to come back and discuss something that I've been thinking about, the virus. Yeah, we've all been thinking about the virus, except I'm thinking about it along the lines of what it, why it's so detrimental that we get those respirators, because the virus attacks our ability to breathe. And our breath, for those that take my classes, I often say the breath is everything. Without it, nothing else exists. Nothing else exists. So, you know, the breath is everything, and many of us don't think about it often enough. Why? Because it does what it's supposed to do. We don't have to direct it. We don't have to contemplate, think, or anything. It will do what it's supposed to do, unless it gets excited or it gets, you know, unfortunately restricted in some way. And then it's important, right? So, you know, for us yogis, the breath is the vehicle, if you will, that transports us from this physical body into a deeper state where we can connect to our deeper spirit, the divine, and it's that important. You know, it's really the first thing we learn how to do in yoga when we begin our yoga training. And there's different types of breathing in yoga. It's called pranayama. Prana meaning life, and yama meaning prana meaning life, and yama meaning restrictions. But that's, you know, there's different, I've read different interpretations. So, but suffice it to say, it's called pranayama. I like to say the art of the breath, or the art of breathing. So we have different types of breathing in yoga, lots and lots. But let's talk about a couple of them. The first one is what we call the natural breath, natural breathing, and it's what we do, but many of us have forgotten how to do it. We've forgotten because we've restricted, or our breathing has been hampered because of life. A lot of us live in that infamous fight or flight response to things, and our body automatically will begin to shut down to its more basic abilities. So we don't want to live in that situation for too long, because it'll wreak havoc on our bodies, on our heart, our ability to breathe, our blood pressure, and so on. So we want to maybe address, if nothing else, the natural breathing. And when I say address, I mean, we don't have to think about it all day long, but do go to your breath every so often. So let's go to our breath. Let's do a couple of breathing exercises. I'm going to move this down to the floor with me. So let me see. Right there. Hopefully you guys can see me there. So the first one is the natural breath, and natural breathing is what you might see a baby doing if you watch a baby sleeping in the crib. Let me show you. Okay, so let me take this off. Give me 1 second. Okay, so, and you can do this too. Hopefully you'll join me. All right, so baby sleeping in the crib, and it's a natural expansion of the belly area, and then releasing. So often we call it the belly breath. So inhale, I say fill the balloon up with air, and then exhale, like there's a little hole in the balloon and it's extracting the air, deflating the balloon. And inhale. And exhale. And really let it completely deflate. And once more, inhale. And exhale, slowly. I'm making the noise, right? But you don't have to. I'm making the noise like the balloon deflating. Okay, so I hope you have the idea of what that is. And we've been talking about getting a better quality of sleep. We started this little mini series a couple of days ago. And we talked about, and some of you gave suggestions as to what you do or what's a good idea to get in a routine of doing so that you can ease into a good night's rest. That belly breathing might be one of them. Just when you crawl into bed, take a few seconds, and it's very meditative, so it's very relaxing and soothing as well. Put your hands on your belly and just breathe, but think of this is what I always say, think of a balloon being blown up with air. So your belly rises as you fill up the balloon, and then your belly comes back, or really beyond coming back, right? Because you're really contracting it as you deflate the balloon. So, and just, you know, do like 2, 3, 4 of those, and I can almost guarantee you're going to be like, okay, and just, you might not even finish the 3, 4, or 5 that you intended to do. All right. The other one that we have is one of the more popular ones, if you will. It's called Ujji breathing. Ujji, U-G-G-I, Ujji breathing. I call it the Darth Vader breath because it sounds like Darth Vader, for those of you that are Star Wars fans. So basically, you've got this muscle in your throat and you're closing it up, okay, as you exhale. So it takes a little bit of practice, but it sounds like a sound. Again, Darth Vader, right? So it's, I don't even know if I can explain it. I've explained it plenty of times, but let's see. It's so disconcerting looking at yourself in a camera. Okay, but here we go. So it's inhale. Fill up the air in the belly, and then lock the throat, the back of the throat, and let it out. Inhale. I don't know if you can hear me on video, but that's the idea, and that takes a little bit of practice. But practice it; it's good stuff. Let's see what other one. Oh, let's talk about the alternate Nadi breathing, or alternate nostril breathing. Okay, so I can get, I mean, I could do a whole course on this, and there are courses just on pranayama, the art of breathing, but we're not here to do that. So I'm just on a physical. Let's just keep it to what we're doing here. Some of these words are Sanskrit words, an ancient language where yoga originated in, right? Does that make sense? So we call it the language of yoga, and we still use it. All right, so alternate nostril breathing. So if you're right-handed, you're going to go with me. If you're left, see if you can figure out the opposite, which would be the opposite finger, right? So I'm doing my right thumb on my right nostril and my ring finger on my left nostril. And then just kind of put the rest of the fingers away if that feels right for you, or it doesn't really matter where they are. Okay, the 2 main fingers are the ring finger and the thumb. So if you're a lefty, then it's the opposite, okay? Yeah, the opposite. All right, so here we go. So you're going to begin by, and by the way, you should maybe blow your nose before you begin this, okay? So you're going to take your right finger, your right thumb on your right nostril, your ring finger on your left, and you're going to release the right thumb as you inhale up the right nostril. Replace the thumb, hold, and release the ring finger. Exhale out the left nostril. Inhale back up the left nostril. Replace the ring finger, hold, and gently exhale out the right nostril. Inhale back up the right nostril. Replace the thumb and gently release out the left nostril. So that's the idea. So that's alternate Nadi breathing. And then one more, bee's breath, which is, I love bee's breath. And we all know bee's breath. It's basically like what we do when we were kids and went underneath the water in the bathtub or under the water, you know, or submerged our head under the water in the ocean or a swimming pool, where you can hear yourself breathing. So we do that by just, you know, placing your fingers, you know what to do, and close up your ears. Don't know what that little part is called, but just close it up and just breathe naturally. Maybe even close your eyes. You doing it with me? So this is another good one to do when you crawl into bed at night. So there you have it, guys. A little pranayama, a little breathing exercises. Let's get in the habit. You know, you don't have to be this woo-woo guru. Certainly I'm not. But breathing is that important. Let's start learning to pay a little attention to our breath. Okay? So there are other pranayama exercises, and maybe we'll do more. And there's, like I said, we could talk so much about pranayama. If it's something that you want to do, let me know. We can do that. And I'll be more, you know, I won't be so blah, blah, blah like I am here. I'll be more on point with what we need to do. I know I waste a lot of time yappity-yappiting, but I'm new to this, so yeah, what can I tell you? I appreciate you, you know, tuning in, and hopefully you're getting something out of this. That's why I'm doing it. So until soon, I'm going to head back out for my 3.5-4 mile walk. I have to look it up. And I'll see you soon. Namaste.